Hey guys, okay, so this is one of our favorite recipes and we really wanted to share it with you guys. What would you call it?
Food.
It's kind of a dish my husband made up. I'm sure it's fairly common, but we kind of put our own twist to it. It's just chicken and peppers and onion basically sauteed. However, this is how we do it, and this is a double recipe because we want leftovers. If you don't want a double recipe, you do not need to use this many ingredients. You would just have whatever we have here. But we have two organic chicken breasts. There's 2 in each package, so there's 4. And then we have extra virgin olive oil, butter, black pepper, red pepper, some garlic powder, a little bit of basil, a pinch of iodized salt. You just kind of do this to taste. And then we have the zesty Italian dressing, and all of our peppers. And you're going to want to use a whole, is this a clove? I don't even know. A whole thing of garlic, and then a whole onion, a large onion. This is a pretty big onion, y'all. Yeah, it's a pretty big onion. So you'll need 1 big onion, 2 green pepper, 2 orange peppers, 2 red and 2 yellow. I'm sorry, I don't know technical names. I'm sure they're not actually called red, yellow, orange. But this is all of your ingredients, and we are going to show you how to make it. Also, I know if you cook often, you probably know this, but it's extremely helpful if you have a good cutting board. You have a lot of slicing and dicing to do. Alright, so you're going to start slicing your peppers, and you're going to need to hollow them out. You don't want any of the seeds. It's helpful if you get a bowl like we have right here to put your the remnants in, I guess. The remnants that you're not going to use. And then you just slice it. So in the discard bowl we have just the inside seeds and the tops. You just you don't need this part of the peppers unless you just want to use it. I guess you could hollow out the edges and get a little bit more pepper out of there, but this is the way we do it. And you're going to do the yellow in the exact same way. So you cut all the peppers the same. And you want them in these kind of long slices. Alright, and you're going to want to get a big pot, and you're going to put all of your sliced peppers into the pot. Like so. Beautiful. Isn't that pretty? It's like festive. Alright, and then you're going to want to take your large onion and you're going to slice it up much like you did the peppers. And cut off the sides and discard the peeling along the sides. Alright, and this is optional how you do this. What my husband likes to do is he likes to leave a few that are longer, and then with these, he likes to actually dice them. Alright, and then you're just going to pour all of your onions into the same pan with all of your peppers. Alright, and you're going to kind of want to, you don't have to mix it up, I don't guess.
It gets mixed up when you cook it.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's it so far. An easy way to do your garlic is you're going to mash it with a knife. In our case, it's a meat cleaver. You're just going to kind of break all the cloves apart. And then instead of having to worry about actually peeling a lot of it and breaking the cloves apart and just having a huge mess, the easy thing to do is to put it in a bowl, all peeled, and you're just going to pick it up and you're going to shake it. And then in the process of shaking it, you have some perfectly broken apart cloves. See, look at that. Look at that. Perfect. See, that is awesome. And then you're gonna wanna cut these ends off, and then we'll show you what to do from there. All right, and then you're gonna cut your ends off, and you're gonna do that on all of your cloves. I can't talk today, y'all. All right, and then you're gonna just dice your garlic. And you're gonna wanna get it as fine as you can. You don't wanna leave huge chunks. Because a bite with a whole piece of garlic is not pleasant. Alright, and then as you did with the peppers and onions, you're going to cut your diced garlic into the pot. And then you're going to get a saucepan, and then you're going to turn this on low. The only ingredient in this is the pasteurized cream and salt. So it is 100% natural butter. And you're just going to get a little sliver, and you're going to go ahead and start prepping your saucepan. Alright, and now you're going to want to start chopping up your chicken. Just an FYI, in case you are doing your chicken first for whatever reason, make sure that you are not using the same knife for your chicken that you use for your peppers and onion and garlic, because you could have a potential salmonella issue. Or if you do use the same knife, make sure you wash it really good. We are using a different one. So you're just going to want to cut your chicken long ways. And we have boneless chicken breasts. And then once you've cut it in half to make it a little bit more manageable, you're going to want to cut them into tinier pieces. Okay, now that you have your chicken all diced, you're going to want to wash your hands first, and then you're going to want to put it into your prepped saucepan. And you're just going to cook it thoroughly until you don't see any more paint. Also, it is the, quit moving it up, it is the zesty Italian dressing, and I think my husband puts some of this in the chicken, right? You cook it with the chicken. And you can just do this to your own personal taste preference. But we use quite a bit.
It's not that much.
And then also in the chicken, you can add some garlic powder and some black pepper. And you're just going to do this to taste as well. I'm sorry, we don't have actual measured out recipes. We just kind of do our own thing. Alright, and then your heat for the chicken, you're going to want to put it on just a little bit less than medium. I don't know how your stove is laid out, but something around that area should be fine. And then we're going to come over here, and we've got our extra virgin olive oil. And we also have our black pepper, red pepper, and basil. And you're going to need all three of these ingredients to go into your peppers, onions, and garlic. You're going to want to make sure you get enough just to coat all of it. And then for your temperature, to saute all of this, you're going to want to put it...
It's not a saute.
Just a little... It's not?
No, it just heats it.
Oh, well, to heat it up then, you're going to want to put it past medium. My husband is the cook. Can y'all tell?
Sometimes I feel so happy. Sometimes I feel like jumping for joy. Sometimes.
Okay, and then you're gonna want to get just a little bit of salt. And keep in mind, this is a double recipe. If you did not double your recipe, you do not need this much salt.
Unless you like it.
Unless you just like salt. Alright, and then you're going to want to mix all that up. You're going to need to keep stirring all of this mixture to make sure that the heat is evenly divided, or evenly distributed, I guess. Okay, and we typically cook the peppers, onions, and garlic mixture until all of them are flimsy but still a little bit crunchy. We don't like them too gushy. If you want to cook them longer, that's fine, or if you want to cook them less, that's okay too. And I think they probably steam like that for about 15 minutes before they're right about where we like them. And then we have our chicken over here cooking. It's almost done. Also, if you kind of want to speed up the process a little bit, after you've already mixed all of your ingredients together, go ahead and put a lid on your pot to help it steam. And total prep time for this is about 35 to 45 minutes, or it can be an hour depending on if you double the recipe. We have doubled the recipe and it's taking us a little while. Alright, and then every so often you're still going to want to open up your pot. And you're going to want to stir them.
Almost done.
And yeah, ours is almost done. You can tell they're almost done when they start to look a little bit pale. Also, and you can tell when your chicken is done, you need to find the largest slice, and you need to cut that slice in half. And as long as the slice is still white in the middle and no longer has any pink, then you know your chicken is thoroughly cooked and safe to eat. And it looks like this one is good. Alright, and then now that your chicken is thoroughly cooked, you're going to want to add a little bit more black pepper and some basil to your chicken. Also, if your chicken appears to have too much liquid in the bottom of the pan, go ahead and strain that. We noticed that ours had quite a bit of liquid. And you don't want your dish to be too runny. Alright, and now you are ready to plate it up. You can put it on the plate however you wish. We usually just do the peppers and then we throw some chicken on top of it and we eat it that way. If you want to add some grated cheese, that is really, really good on it as well. Yeah, it's a really good dish. And it's healthy. Okay, and then this is your completed dish. We always make a lot of it because it does take a little bit of prep work, and with 6 people in our family, it's always great for us to have leftovers. And it's steaming up the camera, y'all, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is very good and it's well worth the prep. I hope you guys try it. And even after my husband and I have our plates, we still have a huge dish of leftovers that get to go in the fridge for my husband's lunch at work, or lunch for me during the day while the kids are at school.